Go.
Namaste, good afternoon, Sat Shri Akal, Adab. Welcome to our show, The Wellness Time. And it's wonderful to be here with a very special guest, Mrs. Ishali Mulchandani. And she's a very special person who has achieved a lot of things. And let me mention some of the things that she's done. She's done her CA in UK, and she's done her CPA in USA, and she's also done a CPA here in Canada. She's achieved a lot of things, and I thought it's time for us to know her journey and inspire each one of us. Like, there is no way that we do not and cannot learn from each other, and I feel Ishali is one person who can inspire us and tell her what her journey was all about. So welcome to the show, Ishali.
Thank you, Rani.
Wonderful to have you here.
Thank you so much once again. It's good to be here.
So, Ishali, tell us something about yourself. Where were you before you came to Canada?
I was living in London, England.
Okay.
I was born in India, got married, went to London, England, and I was there for 14 years before I moved here.
That's a long time.
Yes, it was a long time. I always had a dream that I would like to, when I have children, I'm self-employed, and I accomplished that in England, because once I had my son, I started to work for myself as an accountant, and I had my own accounting firm.
In England?
In England,
okay.
And I had people working for me. So that was a big win for me, because that's what I really wanted. There were challenges when my son was little. He had eczema and he had asthma, and my husband was traveling a lot. I had very little support, so I did whatever I could, and one step at a time. Eventually, everything did fall into place, and that dream did come true. So it's good to set goals. It's good to have dreams, and there will be always challenges. But I've known with every challenge, A, I do become stronger. B, it does fruition. If you want something with true heart and you're willing to do whatever it takes, it does happen. And
yes.
Then, yes.
That's always the case. But tell me, Ishali, you said you had challenges in England.
Yes.
What kind of challenges?
So, first of all, when you have a small child, it's difficult, nothing prepares you. And then when you don't have a lot of support, my parents were in India, my husband was traveling, so it's almost like raising as a single mother.
Yes.
That was one. In addition, like I said, he had eczema, he had asthma, so there was constant efforts to keep my child always healthy. So physically tiring, and then trying to build a business at the same time. So that was quite challenging. Did it break my spirit? Sometimes, close enough. But you just have to, as a mother, you don't have a choice. You just get up and you just keep going. So I did, and things started to fall into place, and then he got better, and the business grew. And then again, we reached a point where we were trying to look for a better future for our children. We went to the U.S., we came here, and we probably wanted to change. We wanted to start, provide a better opportunity for our children, so we moved to Canada.
So you've been in 3 countries. So what is the difference that you find?
We lived in England, 3 countries, yes. India, born and raised in India, England, and here. I didn't actually live in the U.S.
Okay.
We were going to move to the U.S. When we came here, there were a different set of challenges. I have family in the U.S. I have no family here, so we were considering going to the U.S., which is why I studied the U.S. CPA. That did not end up happening, so when we decided we're going to live here, that's when I got designated here, which is why I have the cocktail of designations.
I know. Like I said, I've never met a person with so many CPAs.
Yes, so coming from England, I had the designation there. We were going to the US, so I went across the border and did the CPA for US. But then because we didn't end up going, we were here. So then I got the designation here as well. But like when we came here, I was expecting our second child. So it was very difficult to come to a place where you don't have family. I came with my 8-year-old son at the time and my husband, and we had no family, no job. We just started all over. So yes, we were excited. We had some savings. That was the joyous part, that you come to the new country, you want to build a future. But it gets, it's hard. It's really hard. you got to start over everything, your credit history, you get your driver's license, you start making friends, and then you have this beautiful baby that's born, and then and it was in the middle of winter, and then you're getting used to the winter. Beautiful as it is, it comes with its own challenges. So there were times, I remember, I went to do grocery shopping, and it was a snowstorm, and I had groceries, I had my baby, and the car was far. I'm like, I didn't know how to do this. Should I be taking the cart with my baby to the car? I can't leave my baby in groceries. Should I bring the car closer? There were things like that on a very regular basis to overcome. But we managed, and we got stronger, and we figured out. And then obviously I wanted to have my own business here as well. So little by little, working one step at a time, I built this here as well.
That's commendable, Ishali.
Thank you.
All that you have gone through.
Thank you.
So, you have been telling us about your professional side of it. Let me take you to a step further. How was it in the personal side? At the personal side,
so,
what challenges or what discoveries did you make?
So there have been some challenges on a personal level as well. We all go through it. Financial being one of them. When you come here, your savings go so fast, and then you have to find opportunities. Sometimes you make mistakes. We did as well. That was difficult. We made a bad business decision. We lost a lot of money. Needless to say, that put a lot of strain with everybody at home. And we found a way to work things through, and we got back on our feet and moved. There were health challenges also. I had a very bad injury.
Oh, what kind of injury?
So I was going to the gym, and I was trying to rush, and I made a misjudgment, and I fell down the stairs, and I ended up having a compression fracture in my spine.
Oh, goodness Lord.
So I was incapacitated for 6 months.
Oh my God.
And that was difficult. That was hard. However, I knew I used other people's example as a way to motivate myself, and I've seen people rise above different kind of situations and get stronger, and I did that for myself. I said, this is nothing, I can do this. So the moment the doctor said to me, when I asked the doctor, will I be able to do everything I did before? He said yes, and that was in my mind. I'm like, I'm going to do this. So even though I was in a body brace for 6 months, I couldn't sleep or talk without being in pain. I knew that was my end goal, and that I wanted to do everything I did before and more, because I had 2 little children. I couldn't afford to think anything other than that I couldn't let myself go. I had to do this. In fact, I was a Mary Kay sales director at the time, and that was the month I had a challenge, and I met that work challenge in that situation as well. So not only did I get up and get back, but I didn't let this injury deter me. Did it have its own toll? Yes, it did. I have a tendency to gain weight very quickly, and I did gain 30 pounds in 6 months because I couldn't go and work out. So now I have the after effects of this injury, that nothing fits me. I'm 4 sizes bigger. I cannot go up the stairs without being out of breath. And now I start over again there. I'm like, okay, I took clearance from my doctor, and I made a decision. Do I buy new clothes, or do I get a trainer? Even though it was hard for me to do that financially, we did it. I got a trainer, and I said to him, your job is to make me strong. I said to him, the weight will come off, and he did. So time and money are 2 very popular constraints that most people have. And I had that, but I knew this is what I needed at the time to come out of the state, which was taking me towards depression. So I brought myself out of that, and it just changed my lifestyle. So I'm programmed to eat better, I'm programmed to look after my health better, and I've come a long way. So this was in 2009.
Okay, not so long ago.
No, this was not so long ago. So, I mean, I remember those days. I was not able to carry my own handbag without being in pain. I was weak. My physical body was weak, but my spirit wasn't. I knew that I wanted to come out of this stronger, and that's soon after that, there was a time when I was having the financial crisis. So it was all at the same time. Yeah. And I had sometimes people tell me to my face that, oh my God, you are so fat. That's
cruel. That's cruel.
So I would just say, okay, but I'm happy.
But then you know what? They were sent to you by the universe.
You know,
push you further.
probably,
Yeah,
probably.
but at that time, I'm sure you didn't see it that way.
I did not see it that way.
Yes,
It was hard to hear.
Yes.
And I knew that, but to have someone say that you put on so much weight. I mean, I don't think they're meant to be cruel. People just say that as an observation,
Yeah.
and they were right. But there was nothing I could do about that. I had an injury, so I had to deal with it. So it was a matter of understanding what's happened, accepting, and then doing something about it.
Yes.
So that's
what I've noticed, viewers. Whenever we are down, we have more people criticizing us and pulling us down. And I've seen it too in my life. And over the years, I've realized they come so that they push that last button in us to say, you know what, stop. You know, we are going to stop listening to that, and we are going to push ourselves. And I've seen with you, with many of my friends, that is that last button where, you know, we start rising.
Yes. There has to also be an internal desire, because I find that there are many times. So I take inspiration from things that I see, I read, and from other people. And I knew that in any situation you have a choice. You either be a victim or you be a victor. And it's very easy for us to go into that little bit of self-pity, and that's okay too for a while. And then, like Rani rightly said, people will come and slap you around a little bit. Again, you use that as a motivating factor to just get up and go. Sometimes you need it, sometimes you don't. But also, there will be people who will come into your life who will help you to regroup and move forward if that's what you're seeking. The universe is very powerful. It will provide you what you're seeking, always.
Yes. The right person always comes at the right time, be it to pull you down or to pull you up.
Yes, whatever you wish, whatever you want.
Yes.
It's literally like a genie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ishali, I just remember you mentioned you used to get depressed. So I would like you to elaborate to our viewers and tell your journey about that particular instance.
So there was one particular time in England where it was a bad phase, and I did get depressed, and I had to remind myself that after every night there is a morning. There is always light at the tunnel. I had to keep saying that to myself to push through that stage. It was hard. It was challenging, and I did. And now when I look back, every time life has knocked me down, I remind myself that there are two things I remind myself. When I'm having a great time, when life is amazing, I remind myself, this too shall pass. Yes. Things are not always up and high up there. There is an up and down. So I always I have a very big attitude of gratitude. So when I pray to God every day and I say, thank you, God, for everything, I also say that, you know, I'm also thanking you that you are going to give me the strength to be able to overcome any challenges that are going to come my way, because they will come. They will always be there. So if I over time I've learned with every challenge that not only have I gotten stronger, I have learned to accept that I don't get depressed easily anymore, because I understand that it's a phase. The good, actually we label experiences as good and bad. They're actually our perfect moments. They're to teach us something. Today, all those things that I've gone through has shaped me what I am today. I'm very proud of what I am today, and I feel if I can help somebody in any way come away from where they are, if they're not happy where they are, then that would be a good thing. Yeah.
Yes, we all have our journeys in life.
We all have our journeys. You know, I used to always think when I used to look at somebody, oh, life is so good for them. It's not so good for me. But you know what? Everyone has a story. Just because they don't say it does. Everyone has a story. And you may see this person when they're having a good story. You don't know their not so good story from the past. And that's what I've learned. That, you know, there are moments when things are looking absolutely wonderful to an onlooker. Oh, look at Ishali. She's got such a great life. You know, she's got a husband, 2 kids, a great business. But I have had challenges, and I've not come here very easily. So that's important to remember.
I think, like we are discussing, each and every person has their own journey.
Yes.
And it's best that we concentrate on our journey and not let others' lives affect us unless we see it is affecting us in a positive way. Because everybody is going through their own ups and downs. And
Absolutely.
like you said, it's not ups and downs, because when the universe feels we need to learn something,
Yes.
it is then it pushes us into that situation. And if we don't learn in that situation, we will go through it time and again. And we
Yes.
keep wondering, why is this happening to us so often?
It's true.
That's because we haven't learned the lesson.
It's true. If you're getting the same experiences, it's
Yeah.
time to change something.
Yes.
It's just to learn it and change the way we react to those situations, and then they won't happen anymore. Yes.
So tell us something about your life in Canada. When did you come here?
So I came here in 2002, and my son was 8 years old. I was pregnant with my daughter. I was 5 months pregnant, and we moved here, and she was born in early 2003, and we've always been in Mississauga. So at that time, again, I decided to start my own firm. It was challenging because, you know, in Canada, what's good is everybody files their taxes. So here, that expectation is from every accountant that they should know about tax, which is fun because I got educated on the tax systems here, and I realized that Canadians do pay a lot of tax, and I'm like, if I can help them do some planning, it's a great thing. So that's what I made it my mission to do that. I was fortunate that I put out the intention that that's what I want to do here, so I started to get a lot of opportunity where other accountants enabled me to do work for their clients, which is called per diem, which is what I did for a few years until I got ready and felt comfortable to start my own accounting firm, which I did. It's a dream come true. I had this vision that I have an accounting firm and I have people working with me in a good team, and I have clients, and I'm happily providing them a great service. And that's fruition after many years of hard work and dedication and a lot of ups and downs, as you know. But that's where I'm at right now. And because of the U.S. exposure, the cross-border has also become a niche because I do a lot of U.S. work here. Again, one more point happened when I was doing per diem work for another accountant. He said, "Oh, you're U.S. qualified. Here's some U.S. returns." And I'm like, oh my God, academic learning and practical learning is different. So I was kind of thrown in the deep end, and I'm glad I did that because that's what made me strong in that area. So every time I've had a challenge, I've realized it has made me strong in something. Going through those financial difficulties made me strong to be more compassionate when I see a business owner going through that. I'm able to give them better advice. Being in so many different, every time I've been in a situation, now when I look back, I think, this is what I learned from it. This is what this did for me. This is how it served me well. So when I have a challenge, I first think, there's going to be some good out of this. I may not see that right now, but I will see that one day. And even then, it's difficult. It's hard. It's not always easy to process. And I find that I can allow myself to feel those emotions and then let myself be in a bit of a pity party for some time and then come out of it and then move forward. And that's just a journey. It's a journey. It's not the end. It's just a bend.
I think it's very important that when we are not feeling okay, it is okay not to feel okay.
Yes.
We're only human.
Yes, we're human.
Because when we pass that stage, there will be somebody who will pull us out of it. There's always something
Yes.
or someone
Yes.
in the universe to pull you out of that situation, and it's not going to be forever.
Yes.
So like the good things, the bad
Yeah.
things also don't last. Nothing is
Yes.
permanent.
Yes.
So that's the beauty of life. You just go with the flow.
Yes.
You're down, you're down. You know, ask for help from your family, from your friends, and you get it.
Yes.
And Ishali, I'm sure your husband and your children, they play a big role in your success today, because I see the pride on their faces. So I want you to tell me about that.
I'm very blessed to I have a very sporting husband, and I have two very amazing children, and they have supported me in all my endeavors by way of understanding when I'm not available for them, or when I had to study for all those exams. It was a lot of work, and it took me away from family life, and they were fine, and I value the time with them a lot. So it's been a give and take. So now that I'm able to, you know, we go on a lot of trips, and I have so much time with them. And now I have another moment of pride that my son, although he's from engineering background, he actually said to me, he loves the way I live, and I think I've kind of led by example here, because my son, has told me that he wants to become an accountant and he has joined my firm. That's a moment of joy.
Congratulations, that's wonderful.
Thank you. That has been a moment of joy. He's enrolled in the CPA program and he says to me, my values are I want to be self-employed. I also want to be in a situation where I'm able to help other businesses. It's a giving back kind of frame of mind. And also he wants to constantly challenge his mind. He gets bored easily. So he said these top three values are fitting, and this is what I'm going to get from this opportunity. And I was thrilled. But in addition to that, he says, I want you to be my mentor. I want to work for you. So he is working in our firm, and he's a great asset. It's been a delight to work with, and I'm super excited. Now I'm even more happy to take the firm to new heights, because it's such an honor to be able to leave your legacy for your child. So and my husband is also, I'm a very free-spirited individual, and he has given me that freedom to be able to find myself, to be able to love myself enough to do what it takes to be happy. I mean, we all have our ups and downs, right? Kids are going through their teenage life, like any other family, even with husband. But at the end of it, we're united and we figure things out, and that's the key, is to communicate and make it work. It's hard work. It's not easy. Nothing comes easy. You just have to want it and you make it work. So if you look at somebody hunky-dory, there's a lot of work behind it. And it takes joint effort. It cannot be one-sided.
Yes, and don't go by the expressions you see. There's always stories behind it.
Yes, absolutely. But it's very important that you love yourself enough. You love yourself enough first, and then people around you will understand and feel it. And if you love yourself enough, you can give love to other people. And I find that, you know, this is completely out of what we're discussing, but I truly believe that there are two very underlying emotions. One is love and one is fear. And whenever we operate from the emotion of fear, the results are not usually what we want. But when we operate from an underlying feeling of love, then things are more positive, they go on the track where we like the result of. So whenever I go through any challenge, I think to myself, I check myself literally, and I'm like, Ishali, are you operating out of any kind of fear? And usually the answer is yes, then I have to self-correct. And then I go towards, I switch, it's like a switch. And then I say, okay, I need to operate out of love. If I'm operating out of love, what would my reaction be? And 100% of the time, it works out. So that's how I deal with my challenges. Whether it's work, whether it's personal, whether it's friends, that's how I deal.
Like you explained about your family support. And so this is what I have gathered from my viewers and what I see around me. Woman is very, very strong. We are all extremely strong.
Yes.
But when we have the support of our husbands and children, it's a different ballgame altogether. There's a sense of power. There's a sense of accomplishing everything in life one needs.
You know,
but since we said that, it does not mean that a woman who does not have it,
absolutely, that's what I was going to say to you.
Yes, because I does not achieve. Days are different. The world is different, and a woman is much, much stronger than she ever was.
Yes.
So these are the two situations, but still in both the situations, the woman will thrive, the woman will work hard, and she's the winner all along.
You know, I totally agree with you. I was going to say that too, that, you know, we are enough because God has made us so multifaceted. We can do multiple roles. We can juggle a lot. So we don't need, we are enough. We don't need this extra. We are actually the ones who provide support. There are many times I feel that even in my family, I'm the gel that holds it together. I'm the one that provides. I give so much of myself that sometimes I need to go and fill my cup. I need to regroup my soul, my thoughts, so that I can, again, energize them. So it kind of works both ways. But if a woman is so strong, she can accomplish anything she wants without anybody's support. And I can tell you that 100%, because there have been times, even though I have a family, I have felt very alone, because sometimes they don't understand you. They don't get it, and it's not their fault. They're just wired differently. We women are wired very differently. So we just need to honor ourselves and just go out there and seek what we're getting. And if we communicate enough, we will get the support, if that's what we're seeking. but you are enough. If you're a woman out there trying to accomplish things, you don't need anyone. You can do it. Absolutely, you can do it. 100% you can do it.
And we as a woman are complete.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and only then we can complete.
I think you know, the universe, the energy that we're born of, that has made us, we're all actually very special. Man, woman, child, animal. We are 100% complete. We just think something or some experience or some item is going to make us happy or complete, and it's far from the fact. We are all perfect and we're all complete. It just takes us a long time to understand that.
Yes,
unfortunately, the journey of all this experience and the slapping around and all the emotions and going through makes you know what? I love myself.
Yeah.
I'm just perfect, and I don't need someone to tell me one way or the other for me to feel crappy if they tell me you're no good, or to feel great if they tell me you're good. If we're just constantly aware that we're fine, then it gives you empowerment. It gives you strength.
It's a process. It's a process that comes slowly, but definitely it will come one day.
Yes, if you're working towards it, it will definitely come.
It will definitely come.
Yes, for sure.
And Ishali, what would you like to tell our viewers?
I learned this very early on in my life, and I have lived my entire life in that manner. And I'm going to share that. I believe that when we set ourselves goals in life, they could be any goals. It could be health, personal, financial, career, little goals, small goals. It doesn't matter. We set ourselves goals constantly. That is an amazing experience when you accomplish it. So when you accomplish one goal, set another, and you keep setting. It's not like coming from a place of greed and hunger. It's just coming from a place of constantly looking forward towards something. Like it could be a simple thing like I'll book a holiday. I'm like, okay, I want to go here. How much does this cost? Okay, I need to make sure I save this. That's a goal. And then when I book that, I am so happy. Then when I go for that trip, we're so happy. So your goals is what's going to keep you looking. It's going to give you that zest, that passion in life to keep going and to the next and to the next. And that's how I live, and that's what I'd like to share. I've seen a lot of people do that, and they're always happy.
But I think when we are setting these goals, I think it's very, very important to know your limits and to be realistic.
Yes, I 100% agree. Those goals have to be smart. They have to be specific. They can be measurable. They have to be achievable. One cannot say I want to lose 100 pounds in 2 months. It's not achievable. It's not realistic. So one needs to set those goals. Again, that's just because it works for one, it doesn't mean it has to work for everyone.
Exactly.
Whatever works. But I know that there needs to be a reason for us to get out of bed and get things done. And those little goals are what do that for me. Like, okay, I need to get this done. I need to do this, and I'm like, it's really going somewhere. Like, you know, you're going places, and then people see that excitement, that exuberance is very contagious. People want to be in your space. They want to hear, what are you doing with your life, because you're so constantly excited all the time.
So setting goals in life, setting realistic goals is very important. That keeps you going.
Yes.
And the other day I was listening to Sadhguru, and he said, people say, don't have desires. He said, no, that's not right. Without desires, there's no life. Life is desire.
Yes.
But what we desire is what makes all the difference.
It's true. I sometimes find that, you know, people want something because someone else has it.
Yeah.
I mean, these are things, again, without causing any judgment. But if we are true to ourselves and we desire or want to achieve something that we know is going to serve us better, our soul better, then that's going to be a joyous experience versus something, because the other one is an insatiable appetite to constantly compete with another person, and that doesn't give you happiness, doesn't give you joy. Happiness is just something that is state of mind which is within, and then everything else is life.
I think when you start comparing yourself to another person and trying to be like them, that's it. You have given up on your happiness. Your happiness is gone.
That, along with having expectations. So I recently heard someone say that every time you have expectation, if you switch it over to gratitude, you will not have suffering. So I'm a big believer of that, because we are always expecting things from our family, our friends. Right? So, you know, again, there is, you know, one thing Ajishanti said, that suffering is a certainty. Everyone suffers. We all suffer. How we manage that is up to us.
It's everything.
Is up to us. It's totally up to us. And different techniques are adopted by different people. These great people like Sadhguru and a few others have echoed. I really love his work.
Me too.
Just be present in the moment. Sometimes we get so hung up about who said what happened in the past, what's going to happen in the future. This is what we have now. We need to enjoy this moment. And then who has seen tomorrow?
The best thing is nothing is important. So why give importance to things that do not serve us?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
I just go with the flow, enjoy your moments, enjoy your family, friends, and just live with the moment.
Live for the fullest. Do what gives you joy every moment.
Anything else would you like to say about your work, where you're located?
Sure. We are located in Mississauga. The nearest intersection is Britannia and Credit View. 401 and Britannia. We've got it's on Brunel Road, right opposite the CRA building. So very convenient. And we've been there this is our third year at that office. Excellent. And we are happy to offer our viewers a complimentary consultation if they would like and get a second opinion on their corporate taxes or any tax planning advice or cross-border or even individual. So we'd be happy to do that because that is something I'm very passionate about. I really am. I feel we all work so hard for our money. I would want them to keep most of it. So as a professional, as a qualified professional, I'm not into avoiding having to pay tax, but we just need to be a little bit smart about how we manage this so that we go home with more money in our pocket for ourselves and for our family.
Exactly. Yeah. Since this show is about wellness time, the way I see it, Ishali, it is you pay your taxes, you go home, you're at peace, you can concentrate on other lovely things.
Yes.
And that is a wellness.
Yes.
That's how I see it. I connect everything to wellness.
It is true. And you know what? That's 100% true. I love to offer that peace of mind to the clients because when they get letters from CRA, they are always panicking. And I literally say, like, give it to me, I'll deal with it. And, you have that peace of mind. So I really feel like I take them in my protective care and then they can go do their thing, which is why it's very important for me to kind of because I'm doing that on a very regular basis, that's why I like to go in retreats to make myself feel that peace of mind and that grounding is important for me. So yeah, I agree with you 100%. We need to do compliance and then we need to sleep well at night. We can when people are late, they constantly worry, oh, I haven't done my taxes for so many years, and then they feel guilty. They come to me thinking I'm going to judge them. I don't. I've seen people who haven't filed for 8 years sometimes or longer.
And that leads to blood pressure, that leads to cardiac problems, so
unnecessary
many
stress. I've seen people lose sleep over it, especially because sometimes CRA will seize your account because HST is not being paid. So I deal with a lot of cases with clients who actually go through stress-related illnesses because of this non-compliance. So that's where we're there to help and represent them with CRA and alleviate that stress away so they can focus on their health and their business. And we're happy to help.
Would you like to give our viewers your telephone number?
Yes, our telephone number is 905-567-0706 and our website is www.taxaccountantidm.com.
And are you available on Facebook, Instagram,
LinkedIn? Yes, we have a social media coverage. So Tax Accountant IDM is the one that you can look on Facebook, you can look on LinkedIn and Twitter and Instagram.
That's wonderful. So viewers, you have Ishali Mulchandani, who is always there to help you. She's a wonderful person with a very positive attitude towards life. And call her up and you can ask her any questions about the taxes, whatever you want.
I'm here to help. Thank you.
So Ishali, thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure.
It's been a pleasure having you.
Likewise.
And viewers, we meet again next Saturday at the same time on Wellness Time. Thank you.
Thank you.